Joining us today, we have Major Trey Hayes. We will be discussing some of the obstacles he has faced throughout his lifetime to get him to the point at where he is today. So, Major Hayes, I understand that in your earlier years, you went through a tough time regarding your financial stability. Could you please elaborate on that?
Yep, there was a couple times in the past when I was in the military and a break I had in the military, where some of the choices I made financially did set me up for success. They actually did quite the opposite and led me down paths that no one really wants to go down.
Could you elaborate on one of these times?
Yep. The most recent time, I had a break in service. I left the military, and I worked for an investment company, and then the returns were coming in so rapidly that each quarter we'd roll them off into another entity. And it turns out that the entity that we utilized was crooked, and I had other motives, and they ended up running off with the money. And they've been incarcerated, but the money's still gone. And so that's a time when everything was gone. I had bankrupt, I was tied to the entity, everything was lost.
And how did you get out of this difficult time?
This was another time where the military had stepped in. It just so happens that they had offered me a position for an counter-intel mission at the same time. And so I, of course, accepted it because I had nothing else really going. And they had given me everything else as far as education and experience. And so I went back to the military during this time of rebuilding. I was able to get back on track with my career, get some intel schools, some other aspects of the military, play into that. And then I could also run my other stuff as far as the business concurrently with that.
And now, when you first joined the military, you joined at the lowest rank, a private, right?
Correct.
And now you've reached the point to where you're a commander of a unit here on Fort Dix. How has these past difficult times that you've faced prepared you for this?
That's excellent. I think that going through those obstacles and those character building times is really what make us who we are. And the lessons, the specifics of the lessons may be different. The circumstances will be a little bit different, but the lesson that you take from them apply across the board. And as far as rebuilding from a financial disaster, it could be the same as an emotional disaster, the steps that you would have to take, or a physical disaster. It's still the fact that you have to rebuild, you have to reset, gain focus. As a military, we say we shoot an azimuth, and we head out from there.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time and your service.
Thank you.
Major Hayes. We greatly appreciate it, and I believe I speak for everyone when I say that we find you an inspiration.
Thank you.
This has been Dominic for another fascinating interview for Stent. Join us next time.